ban, so they still play. They're playing October 8th, but
Their loans.
yeah.
Good. So how many GI? I am live now.
Oh, okay.
How many GI Joe games have you got?
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, and the ninth one's a card game.
Okay, I just saw that they're making a GI Joe deck building game. I think it's coming out this month.
Oh, that's cool.
Yeah, I don't know much about it. I just saw it, but yeah, it's going to be one of those traditional.
Yeah, I'll check it out.
Yeah. Anyway, ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the show. It's me. It's Vinny. We're talking GI Joe board game.
Join the board game army.
Yes, join the board game army. There's, we need a lot of them. I was just kind of doing a little research on GI Joe, just a little, but
yeah.
The type I'm sure we're familiar with, or at least I'm familiar with, is the 80s when they made those little action figures and everything, and those things basically just took off. But they've been around for like since the 60s, I think, at least the name. But
right.
Yeah, they had I collected GI Joe stuff back in the 80s. I wish I still had some of them. I know I had like one of the
I had tons.
The Cobra blue plane. I don't know if it was a biplane or something. I can't remember what it was called.
I remember what you're talking about. Yeah, I forget.
And I guess it was some kind of like a jet from the GI Joe side. It was really big too. And I watched that show. I don't know if you ever seen that show, Pawn Stars, but somebody had brought in, and they made massive, huge toys back in the 80s. But he brought in, I can't remember what it was, but it took up so much room. It was so big. And I think it sold for like $1,000 or something like that because it was rare.
Oh, shoot.
At least. But yeah, I had some pretty fun memories of G.I. Joe. What are some of yours?
Yeah. Back in the day, I had the I didn't have the big foot tall action figures from the 60s with the fuzzy hair and the fuzzy beard. They had also, I remember, like they had the vinyl case that opened up into like a headquarters playset or something like that for the Joes. Nothing for the bad guys though. I don't think they had bad guys back then. They might have, but mostly the 80s. I had tons of Joes, mostly from like garage sales or maybe thrift shops, or like I know there's an antique shop around near where I live. Then I got like some new, I had the play sets, I had the mobile command center, and then I believe I had the 1992 edition of the GI Joe headquarters playset. That was from the old cartoon. But that I started getting the playsets more, and a few different, some different vehicles and figures from the antique shop when I got my license to drive, my working papers, and I just started saving up my money, and I just collected the GI Joes, and either open or sealed. I would just grab them, and the open ones would be like in a Ziploc sandwich bag with the weapons inside of them and the card. I didn't really care too much to get them so perfectly collectible though. But I did have a whole, like big tote full of Joes that had pretty much all the play sets except for the GI Joe Cobra Defiant or something like that, or the GI Joe Defiant space shuttle playset ship.
Yeah,
that was a really cool playset too. I remember I always wanted that too, and to this day I never got it. But it doesn't matter. But then I sold my stuff, to make room and that for where I was living and moving to, and that was back when I was living in AZ for a while. But that was it. So same thing with Ninja Turtles and stuff. I had some He-Man stuff, but this is about G.I. Joe. So Thundercats I had, but G.I. Joe. I had I think a T-shirt back in the day or something like that. I might have, but that was like when I was younger, way younger. Like I forget. It was such a long time ago. But that's basically it. I had
That
the
would be
playset for the movie playset I had, and Cobra Commander action figure. I never opened them up though, because like I could hardly find that movie Cobra Commander figure, you know.
right.
But
Well,
that's basically it. Yeah.
I know. I don't remember how many toys we had. We weren't like massive collectors. I do remember the cartoons though. Like a
Yeah,
couple
that
of
I
them.
always watched.
There was one, and this one still makes me laugh. But I can't remember what it was titled, but it was like a movie. It was like 2 hours or so, and there was a
Yeah.
scene where Cobra was just, I guess, kicking GI Joe's tail or whatever. Now my brother and my cousin were basically rooting for him, for Cobra, right? And they were so happy when Cobra had declared victory and everything. They were like jumping up and down and everything. And I'm thinking to myself, I don't see this happen. And so GI Joe starts making a comeback, and they're like, no, 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 no. And then of course they win, and
No, Joe.
they were upset for like about that. I'm just like,
Yeah,
I
right.
don't see Cobra winning, bad guys winning in the 80s, even though I just knew that wasn't going to happen.
No, they would come close, but then even Cobra lost to the Cobra Law. Remember that guy, Serpentor?
Mm-hmm.
And he came out on this flying chariot, like his Cobra, Serpentor chariot thing, whatever it was. And it flew around the skies. And I remember I had that. I bought that separate, though. I think I might have got that from eBay or something. I forget. But yeah, that guy, he was really cool. He was like the king of Cobra. And then he kicked Cobra Commander's butt. And he turned him into a snake or something like that. And then, yeah, he just like slithered away, and that was it. That was the end of Cobra Commander. I think, I forget. But yeah, I like the old ones, but the new ones from '92 were kind of cool. The play set for that one was really cool because it made noises and sounds and stuff, and it had like a lot more to do in it. It had like more character to it. I liked how it unfolded out, and like you pulled the drawer out, the tray out from the front of the playset where the front door was, and that like drew out some kind of big like playing field for like the figures to like fight, in the trenches or something like that, So it was pretty cool. They had like the sandbags, barriers around it and stuff around the fort. So it was cool. I had a lot of fun. I remember back in the day, me and my friends would like, play the crud out of that thing, and then, the other systems or play sets I would collect like when I got older. That was probably like when I was in my 20s, like collecting a lot of that too. So,
yeah. GI Joe was probably one of my favorite toys growing up.
Yeah,
I didn't get into playing any of the games until like I guess last year, but
I know, right? Yeah, I admit it. Me too. Yeah,
I got the
probably like a few years back ago. I remember one episode. I forget in the comments of some game I saw you play or something like that. You were reviewing, and then I asked you, if you could, because I saw one guy, I forget his name, but anyway, it said he had you might have posted it up when I told you about him.
right.
He had an episode about the GI Joe Commando Attack game, and then I asked you if you could review it too, because I know that you liked GI Joe at the time too, and then you had said that you would, and then you ordered it, you got it, and then you reviewed it. So thanks. I mean, at the time I already had the game, but I didn't have my show on yet.
Right.
So
right.
yeah,
this was the game. I'm gonna post it up here. Here we go.
Commando Attack, right? Because my screen just froze. So
yeah, that's it. It'll come back. But yeah, that's the game we've got. I think I had two, but I think I sold the second one. But this one, it's a big game. This was from the 80s, I think. But I really like the way it plays. I mean, it's got like these little 3D parts, and then there's it's not like there's strategy to this game. There's a lot of strategy to this game too. When you're trying, you can capture people, you can break them out, and then you're trying to break into, I believe it is their headquarters or whatever.
Yeah.
One of the things I really liked about it too is that you could replace the stands had like a little a notch on it to where you could stick the foot of an action figure on there if you wanted to use them, which
Right.
I was really, really cool. I don't have any of the figures, but that was a pretty cool feature for this game for sure. You have this one?
Yeah, you're looking right at it.
Ah, there it
And
is. Please
I
sign it
made
up.
sure I got the one with the patch.
Oh yes, the
Oh,
patch.
yeah, I'm not using this thing for sheet.
Right.
So for Cobra, I'll say to say nicely. I thought I did by saying sheet instead of whatever. But yeah, I mean, I think I'm gonna keep it like in a plastic, bag, like a little sandwich bag or something like that. But I haven't kept it in anything. It's still in good shape. The iron-on patch. Uh, I like how it comes with the figures and stuff, and it shows you the instructions anyway and how to put the game together. I like how you could use a GI Joe figures with it. I love the battle, the combat in it, and the fact that it
Yeah.
comes out to like almost 9 square feet is insane. You
Yeah.
know,
Big board.
yeah. I
Big
mean,
board.
the forts are cool. I thought it would have been cooler if they would have had like cardboard cutouts to build of like the headquarters. Like the GI Joe headquarters and
Oh
Cobra
yeah.
Mountain or something like that. Or
I
the
think
the yeah.
I'll tell you what I think would be cool. And you ever heard of that game Hero Escape?
Yeah.
That's like a game. It basically you can basically customize it. It has all these land tiles and different structures and stuff. It's very cool. But I'd love to see like somebody do like a GI Joe version of that game and give all these action figure special abilities and stuff like that. That would be pretty cool.
Yeah. I was thinking like a game like Descent, but GI Joe style. They did it for Star Wars.
Yeah.
So maybe if somebody's listening, hopefully, they'll make something like that, because that'll be like an amazing game to play. I'm sure the deck building game is going to be cool. I'm
Yeah.
definitely going to check that out. I mean,
I'll,
they're making a new He-Man game too.
Are they making a new He-Man game? They're probably, what, the 80s is like
Yeah.
so popular right now. I mean, they're bringing back so much stuff from the 80s now. But
Yeah.
like, yeah, let me see if I can find this deck building game here. Let's see. Here it is.
I'm sure it's going to probably be like the Predator deck building game. I was going to get that, but I didn't get a chance to yet. I had chances, but I just never bothered yet. So I know one place where I used to deliver driving the truck upstate, New York there. Place called Toy Wiz or something like that.
Yeah.
And they had the Space Hulk game or something like that. And I kept on passing on it because it was like, I mean, I'll just break out and say it was a couple of $100.
Uh-huh.
And I'm like, all these other games here that I'm interested in buying right now, I can't see myself buying this right now and taking this big box back to the, to the headquarters, whatever. And then my boss seeing that,
Right.
But one time I did. I'll spill the beans, okay? I broke out with a big garbage bag because I was collecting the new style Ninja Turtle figures at the time. That stuff I sold. I kept them in packages, whatever, And then the play sets I got too. The Technodrome play set he had there, I bought that, and then because you can order it. So he's got like an online service that you can buy things. So you can buy anything that you see on there. It could be from GI Joe to whatever. But,
that's very cool.
Yeah, like I would come back with some games, and it was like, after I punched out, I'm like looking around, making sure the boss isn't around or anything, and I'm going like in between vehicles with like the bags, switching bags to like the side, so like nobody sees it on camera even. So, yeah, I'm a bad man. No. Oh, I kid. I'm as good as they come,
You are.
So,
Well,
yeah, I don't have a bad for my body.
Well, I know. Speaking of games, you said you had about 9. Which what's another one that you got?
Hey, yeah.
Show 'em. Let's see them.
Since we already went on a G.I. Joe Commando Attack game, the first one, we'll go to the sequel, part 2, the sequel, the second edition. That came out in 91, 92. And this is also another game,
Yeah,
that,
that's the one with the gun, right?
Yeah. Yeah, I had to get into the action, it says in the back of it. And boy, do you ever. It's the same thing, but this time it's got the vehicles. It's got the
Right.
vehicles. See? It's got the Jeep. It's got the Cobra Hiss, I think, or something like that. That Cobra tank. And then you got the weapons you can knock off. And you can use the blaster gun that shoots out like the Nerf style frisbees, whatever, the discs.
Mm-hmm.
And just kids at home, we're trained professional board gamers, okay? Don't point this at anybody, you just point it at the board game pieces, all right? So, but then you got, all these tents and the headquarters, the same thing. But the only difference with this game is that you could pick up cards that I think they tell you what to do, right? I forget, you reviewed this.
Yeah, there were tiles that you could put on the board, and they would give you like a special ability if you landed on it. I believe. I think that's what it is. Let me put this game up here so people can see what it looks like here. All right.
It's the same thing, but a smaller. It's a different shaped box. It's thicker. It's a wider box. Yeah, but it's a little more stout. It's not like. It's almost like the size of Yeah, that box for like the Star Wars Avalon Hill game or something like that.
Yeah, it plays pretty similar. It just has the gun. One thing I realized about the gun is very, very hard to miss. But they had some pretty cool rules because you'd be like right at the edge of the board and shooting this big gun, and it wasn't hard to miss at all. But yeah, it's another one of those big games. It took up some space if you like that. Those are actually the 2 games that I had. So what's
I think
number
you can
3?
even house rule these games. You could probably house rule these games to make them like any way you want to play it and just put anything in there. You get involved with the game, make it more challenging in different ways, like a dungeon crawl game.
Yeah,
and
there was a guy. He had actually given all the characters special abilities from the G.I. Joe Commando Attack game. What I did was I got like I don't remember how big the die was, maybe a 20-sided die, and just assign the different abilities to the die, and you would roll the die, and that's the ability you would have. So
that's cool.
There's a lot of house rules you could do with that game. It's very cool.
Yeah.
All right. What game?
G.I. Joe Live the Adventure.
Yeah, show that one. What is that one?
This game's cool. Well, this one you go. They call it like when you're battling, you're playing the game around a circle. It's a rondel, right?
Right.
All right, cool. Now I just want to make sure I get my board game vocabulary straight. So I'm not like I don't get called out. Like, what the heck are you talking about in that part? So it's a small board, one of those small box games like the Flintstone game, whatever.
Yeah.
And Jetsons. It's cool. It's fun. It passes the time quite entertaining.
Just waiting for Vinny to come back. He froze.
And then you move the player marker around. Oh, cool. I'm back on. I'm moving.
Yeah, here you go.
Watch me freeze up now. Give it some time. I'm joking. You got this thing here, the play marker. You're moving Flint around the board. And you're just battling. If you land on an energy space, you get energy, which will help you out and battling the next. It's almost like getting like a power up and like to add to.
Yeah, I like it. It kind of reminds me a little bit of that WrestleMania game I think I used to have. Yeah, it looks pretty cool. All
In a
right.
sense, but it's slightly different. Yeah, I guess due to copyright infringement or something. But speaking of that, the Batman game from Fun School Games from the UK, it came with a silver Batman figure that's very hard to move and bend and pose. Somebody commented nicely down below saying that yes, you can move the Batman figure, but he doesn't, move like right away. He's, kind of like stiff, especially if he's like brand new.
Right.
I don't want to chance it and break him, so I just left him alone. But it's the same gameplay. They have like like knockoff pictures or something like that, like the old Batman movies in it, and Batman Begins cartoon. I don't know. So it's weird, but it's a cool game and it plays pretty much the same. Like how the Paul Lamont game we're talking about. We're talking about G.I. Joe. I'm going back and forth with Batman. That should be the next episode. All Batman games or all Ninja Turtle games.
That's not a bad idea. That's a good idea.
He's like, I'll take you up on it. All right, cool, man. Thanks. So that's that game. You're just going around the board, and then sometimes people can like if you lose a Cobra.
Are you there, Vinny?
Yeah, I'm here.
Okay, I know it's freezing for some reason, but we'll just keep on plugging along. All right.
That's from driving the truck too. I got truck driver tan with the arm over here.
Oh,
never mind. Anyway, yeah, don't mind me. I just saw myself unfreeze and I just like said, "Oh wow, jeez."
that's okay.
All right.
All right. Next, what you got?
After that, I got the G.I. Joe Adventure board game. And what you do is you're in the Pentagon first, and you got to make your way around the Pentagon doing different training things and stuff. After you get out and break out of that, you go on to the real adventure, going around. You can get and ride vehicles and stuff. You can also get into battles and fights. Each space will tell you what to do. Drawing cards. If you land on a certain space, you got to draw certain cards for vehicles. Battle cards. Going back again, it's kind of like that Batman game, but G.I. Joe style. I mean, if you think about it, like they kind of, borrowed some stuff off of like, different game mechanics off of other games back then too. So they still do it this day and age too. The game sensation from the makers of Uno.
Yeah.
This one sounds like it's right up your alley, Norman.
Yeah.
You love Uno, right?
I enjoy it.
But this one's more like Uno. G.I. Joe the card game.
I'm curious about that because I know that's like keys. What is
the
that
object
game?
of this game? You gotta score the most points by winning plan of attack cards and avoiding Cobra cards. You get 108 cards plus instruction, and to play, each player in turn follows the orders of each plan of attack and collects the necessary cards to win the round. So, and then you got like all the different cards. You get vehicle cards, you get weapon cards, you get character cards. So, and these are the cards. They're kind of good quality cards too. I mean, like, they're thin and flimsy, like, but they got good graphics on it. They
Yeah,
got
it
a
wasn't.
lot of different characters and stuff. Yeah, I mean it's just a hot game. It's pretty cool, man.
Well,
And then
I
you
like the
got plan of attack cards. They'll tell you what to do and stuff. I think it's a great game, for travel too.
yeah, huh?
So and that's basically it. Then some games will tell some change plan of attack. Or you might get Cobra Commander will get involved and try to battle you in the game, or
Right.
you know. But that's basically it. So, and then you'll get like missile system, and you'll get like a 2. It'll say in the corner the number, you know,
Yeah,
and that has an effect on battle and stuff. So it's not a bad game.
I like it. All right, let's see here. I'm gonna get this up, and no. Sorry, I removed myself. Where'd you go, Vinny? Vinny. All right, I'll wait for him to come back. Let's see here. All right. Anyway, y'all, we're talking GI Joe. Some of the old games that they used to have, and sharing a little bit of our memories from having the toy. Hey, Vinny.
Hey,
All right.
so next one I got is
I'm gonna put that on my Christmas list.
yeah, it's a cool game, dude. The card game,
Yeah.
that's a great stocking stuffer. I'm
Oh,
sure any GI Joe fan would love to have it. It's pocket size. Next game I have is GI Joe Mission Cobra Headquarters. Now at this game, you'll be going around the board trying to, you'll be stepping on tokens every step of the way, every space meeting, and you gotta pick up those tokens and see what you got. You gotta pick up equipment. If you pick up a bomb, in order to dismantle a bomb, you gotta roll a certain number or higher or something like that. Like
right.
high roll wins that battle of dismantling the bomb. If you don't, then kablooey, and you gotta start over again. Like your next turn, you miss a turn, so that your opponent will get like 2 turns, whatever. You'll miss your turn like twice, whatever. But the whole object of the game is to get to the middle, to Cobra headquarters, pick up the evil plans, the formula, the files, and then you gotta bring them back to your corner on the board. This is like mirror image, so you gotta excuse me.
No, that's cool. I didn't know that they made so many games. For the franchise.
It's a fun game. But it's cool though. It's got theme to it too, because and strategy. Because you gotta try to like move your men around, your characters around like chess in a sense.
Yeah.
And as you're doing that, it's so random and luck based. But I do like that because it's chance. It's like playing a game of roulette. Like where am I going to land? How am I going to land? Am I going to have to dismantle a bomb? Am I going to get ambushed? You'll pick up a token, and all of a sudden you'll see a Cobra Viper soldier will like come out of the bushes, and now you got to battle him, or her, whatever. So, and then to make it across the river, you got to find the Cobra Piranha and fight the bad guy to get that ship, and then make your way across the river, the moat to Cobra headquarters. And you got to do that again when you're going back. So you could be stuck on Cobra Island for like quite a while, and as your opponents are like winning the game, So it's cool. It's fun. It drags. It does drag, but if you just ignore that part and just understand the game for what it is, take it for what it is, it's just a game, then those thoughts won't be around, and you'll just be having fun just playing the game with your friends or family. That's all. So, or GI Joe fans, I think it's a great game. So then there's the party game. Here's a funny story. I thought this game, it was based on a movie, so I didn't know if it was a box or in a bag or what. But it's a party game. I take it out. It's a big vinyl tablecloth sheet of a game, and it's just so funny because I was laughing my rear end off because like I had to unfold this big thing. Now you see me. Now you don't.
Wow.
Where did I go? This is a pretty big game, but it's just so funny. I had to get it. It doesn't cover like a whole entire table, but it covers, my board game table, and it must come out to be like 3x3. So you get a lot of gaming here. It 37.5 inches by 24.5 inches. You get
huge.
a paper die. Yeah, it's a paper die, like cardboard. That's like made out of like cardstock paper that you fold up. I put a little tape on it to keep it together though, because it kept them like unfolding out, And then you get the player marker figures here. That you get the characters and stuff, but it's a basic roll and move game. And then when you get the when you land on the the 3D spaces here, you got to use the magnifying glass that has the red 3D lens on it, and then you got to read it, and then it says Cobra kicked your rear end, move back 5 spaces, whatever, or you beat up Cobra, move forward 2 spaces and stuff like that. Now I got to fold it up and put it away, but it's cool. It's got some good gameplay to it. It's really basic. It's just for kids, but you get that lens there. That's what it looks like a little magnifying glass thing.
Oh wow!
And then you read the messages and stuff. So it might tell your friend to pull the chair out from your other opponent, and take his goodie bags now. No, I didn't say that. I'm only joking. But it's fun. So
that's pretty cool. Wow. I'm shocked at how big some of these games are, like the boards are they take up like your whole table.
This next game does too, pretty much.
Let's see.
It's the GI Joe 60s. We're going back in the 60s now. Capture Hill 79 game.
Oh wow. He froze. Let me look it up here while we're waiting. After 69.
It's a vinyl. It's a vinyl board, like a mat. It's a plate, like the one I just showed you. And you get these spinners here. The secret orders, you get to reveal the secret orders cards. There's the cards here, secret orders cards, but you turn them over and you gotta use the sponge. My game didn't come with a sponge because it's too old, and the cards, to rub with the secret sponge, it'll reveal the message once that card gets wet. But mine's so used and worn out that it's like the paper's like ripped, like the cards are like really worn out and stuff. I'll show you. But it's a cool game. I mean, you got all these pieces here and stuff. So see, like, just you can't really tell, but see how like the cards are like kind of frayed. Then you get like a water stain on this one. That's because they were being used a lot, and the kid who had this, that's probably now whatever, I don't know. They had Yo Joe of a time playing this game. So then you get the fire direction finder. You turn the dial here, and then you go 9 spaces or 8 spaces up. and it's in either C section or B. Okay, so it's B8, or B5 or B4. Well, before that, I don't know where it was. I haven't played a game yet. But I'll bump. So, but the board is like a vinyl board, like those old-fashioned 1980s, 70s style vinyl Halloween costumes.
Right. Wow.
It smells like the 60s. I mean, that's how, like, I'm smelling it. I'm like, it's got like that chemical vinyl smell, but like the 60s one. The chemical vinyl smell from the 80s, that's more like from the Halloween costumes, as I said. Look at the instructions. It's like a piece of paper, and that's it. So, yeah.
Wow.
I mean, the box insert got flat. You get like these old style, army figures that you get at the Dollar Tree or like from back in the 60s.
Yeah.
But it's the same pieces as you get with this next game, which is
drum roll.
The G.I. Joe official Let's Go Joe board game. The board game. And then
Let's Go Joe.
Oh, dude, I can't even open this and show you. If you want, you could try to find pictures. Yeah, I mean it's a big game. Let me try to open it up and show everybody, but I gotta make room right now for that.
Wow, this is from the 60s. Okay. I'll put up a screenshot here. Okay, I gotta share the screen. Do a quick screen share, everybody.
I got in the game. It came complete, pretty much like mint condition. It still has the old price tag on it. It used to be like, it was $5.49 back in the 60s.
Oh wow, look at that.
That's crazy, right? That's insane.
Yeah, look at the little army figures. That board is huge too. Wow. Let's see. They don't have a lot of pictures on here. They have this one though. Yeah, that board looks big. That looks like it would take up just about your whole table. Wow. When are you going to do a review on that one, Ben?
What's what?
Oh, when are you going to do a review on that one?
I'm still trying to set it up.
Oh, you are? Oh, okay.
What?
Yeah, I have one.
What did I
found?
Yeah, that's it right there. Here.
There's the picture.
You get all that. You get all that. You get this stuff here. And you play it just like how you play the other game I just showed you. But you turn this bullet dial here, and then you dial this like a rotary phone. And you got to use two fingers, though. One finger to hold this dial down, and then your right finger to hold this. And then you phone home to, like, G.I. Joe and E.T. land to, get the coordinates for the defense headquarters in order to shoot them down. And you get your deflection fire over here, so it'll be like 1-to-1, 0-to-0, and then same kind of figures you get. You get these landmines here, so if you get a direct hit, and yeah, that's it. You spin this for the attack headquarters, you get like B5, and then you got to move different spaces, and then you get special orders. And the special orders, you got to do this. So you'll get the special orders, and then you spin that, and then you can get like advance 2 men to B5 or advance 1 man to C8, to C8. I don't know who 8 is, but another rim shot.
That almost sounds like more of a game for adults than it does for kids.
Yeah, I mean, well, it's got a lot of strategy in it. This board is gigantor.
Yeah, wow.
So
Yeah, it's just about most of the G.I. Joe games that I've seen. The boards are just massive, man.
Yeah, there's a lot of gameplay in this game. It's basic. It's so easy to learn and teach, but you know, it's a fun game. You know, because there's a lot of action. You know, laughs a minute and stuff. You know, but
Yeah,
everything fits inside. You know, so it's a nice, good tray and box storage. You know, and that's it. You know, that's all the games they have. Everything fits in here fine. You get the box with the instructions in it on the back.
let's go, Joe. I like that.
Yeah, I mean, when I first saw this, I'm like, dude, I gotta get this game. This game is like the GI Joe. It's like the first of its kind of like the Commando Attack board game. You know, so but 60s style.
Oh wow, that looks really cool. Then
Yeah, that's it. I mean,
is that all the ones
you
you
know,
got?
I think that's all they made.
Oh, that's all. Oh, okay. I'm looking. I'm gonna just see if there's any on here on the Board Game Geek here. Let's see.
Yeah, I'm sorry for making everybody dizzy with this. Like,
It's okay. All right. Let's see here.
you all your viewers get a free ride. You know, with the it's like one of those carnival rides or something like that.
Here's one, the G.I. Joe Marine Paratroop game.
Yeah, they do have more games. Yeah, it's the parachute game. They have a deep sea diving game.
Wow.
But those.
Yeah, a lot of them are. They got some from the '60s here. Here's G.I. Joe Combat Infantry.
Yeah, that's another one too.
Yeah, I don't see any other pictures of it, man. I wish they put more pictures on here, man.
Yeah.
Help G.I. Joe knock out the enemy machine gun nest. 16 pawns. Let's see if I can at least take a look at the box cover. Yeah, wow, very cool. Let's see. Jumbo card game, Navy Frogman game. Have you ever heard of that one? That's the scuba
Yeah,
one.
the Frogman one. Right. Yeah.
It's a spin and move kids game. I'll take a look at the box here. Yeah, spin and move. Battle for DC. Have you ever heard of this one? This is 2013.
Let me see it again.
Yeah, let me see. Yeah, it's set in the 80s. Cold War, terrorists again.
I gotta get glasses, dude.
I'll just say it combines aspects of battle line and Batman. You battle over locations in Washington, laying down cards representing various characters. You have a numerical rating from 1 to 12. Line for card color combinations that'll aid you in the battle. Okay. I'm going to take a look at this here.
That's cool.
Yeah, okay. Oh, that's interesting. All right, so. Wow. It looks like it looks. This is from 2013, according to what I read, but they said it back in the 80s, and it looks like it looks like the 80s artwork is in there. That's very cool. Let's see what it was ranked. If it did get ranked, let's see. 7.5. That's pretty high. All right. Microforce. G.I. Joe card game. That's old. Combat Fighters. Have you ever heard of that one? Oh yeah. I've seen this one. This is kind of like Rock'em Sock'em Robots, I think. Yeah, there you go. And let's see. Rise of Cobra Edition. There's a battleship version here. Okay. Okay. This is just the battleship version of GI Joe. Okay. All right. Let's see where Vinny went. Vinny, where'd you go, man? Oh, he's loading. Okay. Anyway, y'all, let's see if we got any more here. Anyway, thank y'all for coming. Cobra Battle. I think Vinny covered most of these already. Oh yeah, G.I. Joe was pretty cool back in my childhood. We watched a lot of the cartoons, and I didn't really start playing any G.I. Joe games until a couple of years ago. But I only have the Commando Attack one, which is this one right here, and it's a cool game. And you can do a lot with it as well.
Yeah, sorry about that. I lost you for a second. It was telling me to move closer to the internet Wi-Fi router or something.
Okay.
Yeah, that's why I was lost for a little bit.
That's okay, man.
I feel like I'm on an episode of MASH. Those are two games I want to get. The MASH games, those are cool.
Oh, MASH.
Yeah.
You ever watch MASH? That wasn't like
a little bit.
Watched.
I watch, some episodes every now and then. Nick at Night or Me TV. I used to watch it on Saturday mornings sometimes, whatever. Or it was like on either before or after Hee Haw, and then like Ninja Turtles would come on.
Man, the 80s had some great stuff, man. I was watching. I'll have to find it. It was a Looney Tunes cartoon.
Yeah.
And I actually had to go on a Looney Tunes Facebook page because I remember this. It was like a dog and a cat, and the dog would like spin the cat around and then throw him over a fence. And I thought it was the funniest thing, but I was like, which cartoon is this? And somebody found it for me. And it's pretty funny. And I know there's another new G.I. Joe, but it has this big bulldog. They're wanting to beat up cats, and they find Sylvester, the bulldog, is going into this fenced-in area, but there's like a panther there that escaped from the zoo, and the panther keeps beating up the bulldog. And then when the little dog,
yeah, I remember that one. Yeah,
he finds Sylvester and starts throwing him around and everything like that. I just thought funny stuff.
That's cool, man.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, so what have you got planned for your channel next coming up?
I just did the Charlie and the Chocolate Factory Fantastical Factory game, the board game, and then I know it's a habit. No, but I did Creepy Crawlers. What else did I do? I don't know. I want to try to finish a few because I have those cube shelves too with like the modern style games, the bookshelf games. That like that you find like Barnes and Noble and stuff, or eBay or Amazon, whatever. And I want to try to get those done. I'm learning how to play those. I want to learn how to play a lot of my different card games and dice games. To break the surprise, I got Ninja Turtles Dice Masters coming up.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know, just different stuff. Some dungeon crawl games or fantasy games. This whole time I had Dragon Strike, Key to the Kingdom, Hero Quest, and all these other different games, dungeon crawl games, whatever. And I haven't even done them yet. And I had them for the longest time.
Right.
So, I don't know. I get home from work and, it's, I'm not lazy, but like, I end up taking a nap. And then I wake up, it's 11 o'clock, 12 o'clock at night. And I'm like, oh, man, where did the day go? Or sometimes I forgot. I don't realize what time it is. I'm like, oh, crud, I just missed work. It's like I get disorientated when I wake up, So, I hope it's not a bad sign for anything.
Nah, I don't think so.
It's like walking upstairs, like George Carlin is right. I've had those moments before when you walk upstairs, whatever, or like you walk into a room and it's like, where the heck are my keys? And like, you hold them in your hand,
Yeah, I've looked at my glasses before while I was wearing them. That's happened. So.
Oh man, that's funny.
Well, I'm not quite sure for me what I'm going to do with what I've got coming up next. I've been debating whether I want to review that Crooked Cash Monopoly game. Nobody's done it yet, but to me, it just doesn't play. I may. It just doesn't really play very much different than the other ones I've done. But then again, no one's reviewed it yet. So I might do that one.
Why not? Or what about Simon? The new Simon game?
I actually have Simon Optics. It's the one you put on your – it's like the headset version where you use your hand.
I remember you saying something like that.
Yeah, I need to do that one. That's a pretty cool version.
Yeah, that's cool.
I'll look up – I've got I know I've got like a few more vintage games I need to do and some of the Kickstarters, but I did find that big – we did find that big carom board, that vintage one that has like the checkerboard on one side and thing has got so many variants. It's got an instruction book that you play about 100 or so games with this thing. It's insane.
Wow, that's cool.
But I'll probably show that one off too. But what was our next episode thinking? Were you thinking we're tossing it around Batman, cartoon?
I got superhero board games. I mean, if we do superhero board games, it's going to end up being a marathon episode.
Superhero.
I don't know if you want that, but you could break it up because I do have a lot of superhero board games based mostly off of Batman, Spider-Man, Superman, Ninja Turtles. That's basically it. I mean, we did all the Star Wars games.
Yeah,
we just got finished all of G.I. Joe. I got a lot of Ninja Turtle games, and they have a lot of Simpson games too, but I never really got into them. I mean, I reviewed them, I played them a few times, but the Simpsons games they don't do it for me. I don't know why.
Yeah, that's the same.
But my next episode, I don't know what other game I have coming up next. I might do I got absolutely no clue. Probably like there's this one Batman game that's played like the old Godfather game that I did from the 70s.
Yeah.
It's an area control game. So it's just called Batman Strategy Board Game. And you're playing as the villains, and you got to take control over each section of Gotham City, which is basically Manhattan Island or Brooklyn. So it's almost kind of like a mix between Blood Feud in New York, mixed with like the old Godfather game. That's like area control, and you got to watch out. Batman doesn't come out from the Batcave to come and beat up the bad guys, because if he does, you got to battle it out with Batman, and you can lose, and different bad things can happen to you and your crew. Yeah, so you could play as the Joker, Penguin, I think Two-Face, Killer Croc, and or the Riddler. So it's cool.
We'll come up with an idea of what to do. Maybe we could do games based on like some of the 80s cartoons, like the He-Man and Thundercats, like you were talking about. Maybe we can do something like that.
Yeah, there's 2 Thundercat board games. I was gonna get the one that the dude from Attic Raiders Retro Reviews does. But I thought twice about I was thinking a few times about getting that game from Peter Pan Games. It's basically a matching game. That's why I didn't get it. I mean, I'm sure it's interesting to a lot of people. The theme is cool for Thundercats. I guess you're battling it out to make matches, and you're matching characters, pieces, and then when you get those pieces matched up, you win the game. Depending on who you got to have it matched up. But then Milton Bradley came out with one that's an action adventure game that's simple roll and move. You're drawing cards actually, but I think that sometimes you gotta roll the dice to have dice battles and configure what's happening in the events of the game. So that Thundercats game is kind of cool. You got to find all the crystals and get through different obstacles in the game and everything, and then make it to Mumra's castle, his temple, and defeat him at his temple. So it's a kids game. I mean, it was made, for kids. It's Thundercats. But the Spider-Man games are really fun. The He-Man games are kind of fun too. I mean, there's some He-Man games that came out, probably about like 5 maybe.
Yeah.
And then they came out like big giant card Uno style playing He-Man card game, and different like little card games for He-Man, but playing cards,
Right.
Nothing too big. But I remember, there's FASA Games, FASA. They made a role playing He-Man game that I reviewed last year. So, and in this game, the instructions are easy to follow because they make it like a comic book. But you open it up, it's like playing Dungeons and Dragons from back in the day. You're moving your figures, not figures, but your cardboard player marker pieces that you fold up, and you're moving them around the board, around it inside Snake Mountain, and you gotta make your way through Snake Mountain and defeat Skeletor.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, I guess it was a good idea to make something like that, but the new He-Man game seems cool, but to me, it's just, I don't know, it's just an area control game, and It sounds like it's going to be played like that game from Days of Wonder, Small World, but a little bit different, kind of like almost like fantasy style, like that board game, The Witcher, or some other game, I forget the name of it, or Talisman. Like different games, like you go into different spots in the board, kind of like Eldritch Horror too, something like that. And you go to those different spaces and the areas of the board, and you gotta, fight for them to gain control over that area control.
Right.
A lot of battling in the game. So I don't know. I mean, that's from what I've seen, what I made out of my opinion. So I could be wrong, but right or wrong, it doesn't matter. I mean, I'll probably end up buying the game anyway. But there's a lot of pieces though that are only sold in the UK and in Europe, and Germany or whatever, and you can only get it through stores online from those places. You could probably buy the base game and the expansions, but there's other expansions like He-Man on his Battle Cat, but that's not going to be sold in the US. So, but if you know how to get it from across overseas and you save your money and everything, if that's what you want, you get it.
Right.
So, but I could see them coming out with like making it like a combat game, and that's kind of like what it is to me too, like one of those old Avalon Hill styles, combat games. They should make a G.I. Joe game like that. But I guess it doesn't matter if they put a G.I. Joe theme in it. It's already an Army combat game, so from Avalon Hill. I know that guy Rob Oren does reviews about those, or Moe's Gaming Table. He does a lot about combat games. So they're fun. They're pretty cool. There's a lot entailed in the game.
Yeah.
A lot to learn. But I don't know. Do you have any other ideas about what you might be interested in doing though? Like as far as vintage, or I feel like everybody's covered it all.
Yeah, we'll think of something. I'm sure. I mean, there's so many avenues we can go. We'll figure it out.
I would do like Batman. You got the Batman games because they're fun to learn, fun to play. They got some action in it and stuff, and a lot of Batman fans out there. And then Spider-Man, Ninja Turtles. Or I mean, whatever you want to do. I mean, because the old cartoon shows, I got Snoopy. I don't know.
All right, we'll figure it out.
Yeah.
All right, man.
So,
well,
that's basically it.
We're gonna go ahead and call it, y'all. But we'll talk to you guys soon. But thank y'all for joining us again. Vinny, always
Thanks.
great to see you, man.
Yeah, same here, man. Thanks for having you. G.I. Joe salute. Yo, Joe.
Yo. All right, Vinny. Till next time, man.
All
Thanks
right,
again.
so long.
Bye,
Okay.
guys.
Bye-bye.
Bye.